We are live! Welcome to the Uncle Jimmy and Cousin Donnie show, sponsored by the Beacon Tap, Signature Transportation Group, and Mom and Dad Water. Cousin Donnie, how you doing today, buddy?
What's going on, Jim? It's a pleasure to be here again on this Thursday night after Major Nationals. Some great things in store for tonight during the weather stoppage of the Cowboys-Eagles game. They knew we were starting the show, Jim, so they said, you know what? We'll throw a little lightning in the mix and let's clear up the schedule for these guys.
It had to be the perfect time, right?
How you doing?
Good, man. You know, just had to be the perfect time for us to start the show right in the middle of the stoppage. I'm sure all the Dallas Cowboys and the Eagles are probably tuning in as we speak. Yep. I do not, definitely.
What's up, Dak? Dak, what's going on? Good to see you. Good first half.
I think, Donnie, this past weekend, obviously history repeats itself. The congratulations to Chucks on winning the SSA Major National. The first time or second time an Iowa team has won it. Carpet Country won it 30 years ago.
Yeah, 30 years ago.
Yeah, so
crazy.
It's crazy how history repeats, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I was on the wrong end of that.
Yeah. Hey, they beat us too, so they took both of us down on their way to the championship. I mean, that Chucks team was unreal come Sunday. They played great ball. They hit the crap out of it all weekend, played, really, really good defense in the outfield. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Kraki was part of both of those teams.
He
was part of the Carpet Country that won it 30 years ago and then this past weekend. So pretty cool shout out to him. And for
Larry
Downs around the game.
Larry Downs was on the opposite side of both of those teams.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, Larry Downs has been on the losing side of both of those games. That's funny.
Yes, which is crazy. But
yeah,
I also want to talk about the exciting night we had Saturday night.
It was awesome.
It was just crazy because the amount of feedback we got from the home run derby was awesome. Watching even our 16-inch guys hit those 12-inch balls.
Yeah,
300 feet. It was 400 feet, 450. Obviously it was a little longer than you and I wanted it to probably go. But, when you have 35 plus swingers, like, what do you expect, right? So, it was a good time. I think people had fun. Unfortunately, we ended up starting it about an hour late due to both the 45 and Rismondo game. So those games did not end till almost 9 o'clock on Saturday. And so we really didn't start till almost 9, which kind of put things behind a little bit. But while we're on the topic,
the event itself was great. Like the people that were watching, were really invested in cheering for the hitters. Once you've seen those Rismondo guys hit a 12-inch ball, it was like a whole new game. I mean, they were hitting the ball. I want to say that Kyle Pearson and Bradley Jones probably hit one 500 feet out there that night. So it was unbelievable to watch in person, to see how a human being can hit a softball that far. It was really, really cool.
So just so I posted, as you know, both videos that I believe PJ Raines or somebody
he was taking them. PJ
was taking them behind home plate.
We have 9
first one
16
I
balls.
Holy fuck.
It's going to hit the moon.
It did.
I mean, the bombs that are being hit on this thing. This is he hits 5 of them.
Oh my
Two.
And you can
And
just,
it was like nothing.
What's the
I mean, absolute.
400?
It literally looks like he's swinging.
He just generates so much power, so much bat speed. Like it looks effortless to hit the ball that far. It's really, really cool. Like in person, it was.
holy!
I know the video is cool because you see the ball kind of taking off into the sky, but in person, it was like, oh my god.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Another
god!
moonshot.
I mean, so this is the one video,
We're gonna need more balls.
and then here's the other one. This is a pretty good one too.
Oh
Yeah, this is
my
Bradley Jones.
goodness. Not the farthest one yet?
100%.
Not the highest, probably the farthest though. That's two.
God!
That's over the lights.
So
It's awesome.
I mean, it's just, dude, it's incredible to see those guys swing a bat. But moving on, we have 2 guests tonight in our green room. Both are very good dudes. Obviously, one who's been on the show multiple times from bars,
Yep.
from his bedroom,
To co-host one night.
the co-host one night. I mean, Drew's been all over this show. So, obviously, I don't think he needs any introduction. But the other gentleman is new to softball. It's just, I believe, his first or second year playing the game of 16-inch. Levi Usher, and obviously he's going to be a star, I think, in the making for for Team Chucks for sure for many years to come.
Yep, agreed. He is starting to really kind of understand the game a little bit more. I know his first couple of years, it was just kind of getting used to it, coming out of playing professional baseball. Big adjustment, big change. He was a great college baseball player, and now he's a great softball player. So pretty cool transition to see him now turning into the player that he is. But yeah, without further ado, what do you think?
Yeah, let's get him on the show here. Hopefully, there's our boy Drew. There's our boy. Let me take off the caption so we can see his face. There we go. There he is.
What's going on, everybody? How we feeling?
What's
Hey,
up?
typical Chuck fashion. I got to get fired up real quick, though.
Oh, here we go. Look at the shirt, though, Donnie. Pop him.
Is that a
Hey,
Chuck's
Use
thing?
one of them.
It's Chuck's thing.
It's a Chuck's thing to take some Fireball
Yep.
before? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
Levi, are you doing that?
For every game, yeah.
Absolutely.
Donnie,
You don't have to if you don't want to, but if you enjoy it, yeah.
Donnie, is Levi in a bunker right now?
Yeah,
Like
where's
out on-
Levi? You look like you're in the darkness.
I'm in my living room right now.
Oh, all right, Levi. No worries,
What,
bud.
you need me to turn on more lights?
Yeah.
Well, we want to
see you.
Donnie wants to see your handsomeness.
Yeah.
Oh,
there
there
you
we
go.
go. There we
it is.
go.
Too bright. I'm just getting ready for bed.
So, guys, obviously we have the MVPs. Congratulations, both of you guys, on winning the MVP this past weekend. As I said Sunday night, fuck Chucks. But either way, yeah, I want to have you both. Drew, I know you've been on the show. A lot of people obviously have already met you. But Levi, let's just start with you. Why don't you kind of give a little introduction about who you are, how you got started in softball, and how you ended up on the Chucks team.
Yeah, all right. It goes way back. My dad used to play quite a bit. One of the teams was CJ's, who they just got inducted into the Chicago Hall of Fame, 2 or 3 years ago, maybe, something like that. But yeah, just grew up watching him, always out at the parks around in Cedar Rapids, Ellis Park, park out by Kirkwood, Marshalltown, just growing up around there playing ball. And then, he played with a lot of the guys some of the guys that are on Chucks right now. So that's kind of how I got set up with them. So I just grew up watching Big Cat, Harold, and Schulte playing with my dad. And that's kind of how I got transitioned into the Chucks for the Chucks team. But yeah, I usually play with Westside Lounge. My dad coaches the team back here. They're a little bit older, so they don't play quite as many tournaments. maybe like 3 tournaments this past year. Hopefully they'll play a little more, but yeah, I knew I wanted to play in Chicago, so and I knew Chucks was going to go, so it kind of worked out like that.
Let
Nice.
me let me ask you a quick question here. You brought up the West Side Lounge, Levi. I know there was a tournament earlier this year where the West Side Lounge played against Chucks, if I'm not mistaken. How did that
Oh yeah.
game go, and how was it playing against your own guys?
Oh, how'd the game go? Pretty good for West Side the first night. Yeah, we ended up playing. We played the Hall of Fame, Cedar Rapids Hall of Fame tournaments down at Ellis, and we met up with you guys on Saturday night, I think.
Yep.
Played that.
Win or lose?
We won
West
that.
Side won.
Juices got flowing. We ended up coming back. I shoved that puny little guy, Harold. Harold tried to calm me down, but so I shoved him back a little bit. He knows it's nothing personal. But yeah, no, it was a exciting game. We ended up coming out on top, and then next day we play him again, and we couldn't quite pull it off.
It was pretty much almost like roles reversed that next day. It was like close game again, just by a run, both games. So it was fun. It was definitely fun.
Yeah, we played very well against them.
Yeah.
Good. That's great.
Nice. So, Drew, before we get to you, I just want to say hello to a bunch of people that have joined the feed. We're up to 119 people watching live right now. Kevin Knorr, welcome. Jeremy, welcome. Joel McKibben, Drew, Phil, Mike, Tim Dalton, Drew again, Travell Rivers, Jason Shroop, Michael Cox, Michael Trump, another Drew, Michael Cox again, joining the feed. So a bunch of people coming on, jumping off, coming on, jumping off. We appreciate you guys joining the Uncle Jimmy Cousin Donnie show, sponsored by the Beacon Tap, Signature Transportation Group, and Mom and Dad Water. But Drew, let's get over to you. I think the best probably year I've seen you have in regards to pitching. This obviously came through at Major Nationals, but you've also had a lot of short, low-scoring games in Iowa, which is kind of unusual, from the previous years with the short fence and certain other things. So let's just tell me a little bit about yourself, obviously, for those that don't know you, but then also talk a little bit about, why you feel it's been a little bit different this year on the mound, or just is it a confidence thing, or what have you seen, just in Iowa, and then obviously you brought that down to Major Nationals where you guys, I think, won majority of your games under 5 runs.
I think I think a big just is getting reps. I mean, last year, our first year, joining up, we had so many injuries where I had to play mostly shortstop or middle last year, and I didn't get to pitch a whole lot, and I'd come in, here and there. But this year, we've kind of just stuck with what we've got and haven't really missed anybody. And thanks to Levi coming over and filling that role for an outfielder, too, where I think I've pitched 98% of our games this year, and as a team wise, like going from last year, it was like a big learning curve. And then at the beginning of this year, it was another one where we were like sitting there kind of like rolling our eyes going, what is going on? And I think what really took off was like the North-South tournament for us. Like we all of a sudden kind of started feeling we got something. And then each game, each tournament, it was just kind of like momentum going forward, and then rolling into Major Nationals, we knew we had a chance, and it's just about, showing up. And when you put the gloves on, I mean, against anybody, the gloves is such an equalizer. You got to be. You got to be a good hitter. I think, like, going back off of Forest Park too. Like speaking of low scoring runs, like I think Circus won Forest Park with 3-1, 4-2 games. I mean, it's just kind of defense is starting to show like it wins championships. We all try to fill a spot with guys that can hit. But honestly, at the end of the day, honestly, it's defense. You're gonna have to win those close games. So.
Yep.
I think a huge part of that is how athletic the outfielders are now. I mean, they're tracking down almost everything in the gaps. Anything that's higher than a line drive is caught. unless it's directly over somebody's head. Drew, you've probably seen it too. Like your outfield flies around, and you're we're both very lucky to have all of the guys in this group right here. Very lucky to have very fast, athletic
Can you hear
outfielders
me?
that just make the pitchers look great. Go ahead. What were you saying? Drew, go ahead. What were you saying?
I think we lost Drew. I think he's having technical difficulties. Levi, can you hear us?
Maybe the Cowboys game came back on, so he decided to cut the Wi-Fi off. Levi, can you hear me all right?
Maybe they
Oh,
cut
boy.
both signals out in Iowa.
We
Can you
lost
guys hear-
Iowa.
Oh, there he is. I think we lost both people from Iowa. Is that possible?
Yeah, that's possible. Technical difficulties here at the Uncle Jimmy Cousin Donnie show. Drew, talk to me.
Get on my computer right now.
Ooh, that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Test.
We'll get them off really quick, and let's see if we can get them back on. Drew is frozen, so
Okay.
let me remove him, and let's try Levi one more time. Levi, can you hear us?
I can hear you guys.
Ooh, his mic isn't you both. It's true. His mic is kind of cutting out on us.
Hey, maybe. Let's see what Drew's doing. No, Drew cut out us too. But I was just gonna get why they're having get on and hopping on Donnie. I wanted to show this picture.
Yeah.
This is something that I think is the whole team. And can you see that, Donnie? You good?
Yeah, I can see it. Yep. I'm
Okay.
good.
Just want to make sure the whole team, I believe, is here, and I believe all the guys on the team is here. I know that they had some new guys to the trucks team, this year as well. So, congrats to them. And I wanted to ask them about some of these pitchers, just because there's certain guys. There's Levi back. Let's see if Levi, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
There we
Perfect.
go. That's better.
Drew, can you hear us? Drew, can you
No
hear
dice.
us?
No dice for Mr. Laidig.
No dice. All right, Levi, we were just pulling up, Levi, the pitcher, the championship pitcher. And it's tough to see in the pitcher what Chad is holding, but it looks like obviously the trophy, but I couldn't see what he was holding in his left hand. But I was going to ask Drew, because Drew, it looked like something different in the pitcher. But tell us, Levi, about what was the one game that stood out to you in the tournament that was kind of, you're like, we're not going to win this, and obviously you pulled it off and won it.
What game was I?
What was the main game for you that stood out the most, and out of all the games that you played at Major Nationals?
Oh, geez. Probably the first 45s game. Probably that first one where I don't know if we really had any defensive errors. You guys just kind of hit the crap out of it, and we couldn't get the bats going. It was nice that we would have had to have been double dipped, but yeah, it was definitely wasn't comfortable.
Yeah.
It was I'd say the stress level was raised quite a bit. So, I mean, I'd like to say the one where we won, but I think the one that's going to stick out to me is how we just couldn't stop you guys, and could kind of feel the pressure coming on. But we just, in that second game, we kind of just calmed down, still kept playing good defense, and eventually some hits fell.
Yep.
Drew, let's hear you. How you sounded?
Can you hear me?
There we go. All right,
I
back.
switched
Go ahead,
off
Tim.
my laptop. I think I have some issues at my Wi-Fi or something. So
You just got to clear your history, Drew. Don't worry. It probably takes a lot on that
yeah,
laptop.
right. It's my wife's computer. What? No.
No
Go ahead.
wonder why you got
What were you
4
gonna
kids.
Right.
So,
yeah.
So Drew, I was going to ask you, what was the one game that stood out to you. I just asked Levi the same question. What was the one game that stood out to you over the weekend? That was the game that you're like, we're gonna do this.
I mean, the signature game. I mean, honestly, Donnie knows, like, I feel like signature's always been that team. I mean, going back from like, I think COVID year when it was COVID nationals and it was, that was the one team we couldn't beat. We beat everybody in that tournament, but we literally lost to signature twice. And I think every time we're lined up, it's always a 1-run game and signature always comes out on top. And when we finally just put them down. It was like, okay, we're rolling now, like we
Yeah.
we got a shot for this thing, and we went through we did it the right way where we went through all the big dogs. We went through the
Mhm.
Hex, a Pharaohs team that has had a damn nice
They're
team
good.
a year. And then Flash and then 45s, with signature in there too. It's like we went through all the big dogs and it feels good. Like we sit back and guys will start texting me going like, does this feel real still? I said, no, it doesn't. Like it's crazy. I mean, it's just wild, and it's so nice to finally get that off of our back. It's kind of like now we've done it and now it's like we have a whole new motivation and
Yeah.
we're looking forward to next year already. We already got guys,
Mhm.
getting ready and stuff. So it's fun. It's been a nice ride.
And I'm sure
Yeah, you
Chicago will
guys.
be looking forward too. So
Absolutely. Can't
yeah.
Yeah,
wait.
to kind of piggyback on what you're saying, in our game, you guys did everything correctly. In the first
Yeah.
inning, 2 flip balls down the right field line, 2 sac flies, 3 runs. It was like, okay, let's play some ball here. We tried to stall for a minute. You caught that, which was kind of fun, but
Yeah.
it was a really well played game by you guys. And after you got through us, it was like these guys are on another level right now.
Yeah.
But that was great, and I was happy for you throughout the weekend, and just to see you guys pull it off was great. Drew, I want to ask you, what's kind of the recognition kind of been like for you guys now back home? Has the community kind of come together to kind of congratulate you guys? What's been has it been overwhelming for you going back to Iowa now to being the champs?
Yeah, I mean it's great. I've had so many text messages and calls and just from past, present players,
Mm-hmm.
and don't get me wrong, like it's good to be the bad boys in Iowa. Like life is good right now, like it's fun, but and we like it that way. But yeah, it's so cool to like go back and have the guys that
Mm-hmm.
I looked up to playing softball, that call and text me, and it's surreal for sure, and going back off of it too is like Rick Barnes was one of my dad's best friends, and to share the MVP with Levi and get the MVP with when Rick was the MVP 30 years ago, it meant something huge for me for sure. So.
Sure. That's great, man. I'm happy to hear that. Who's one person that has reached out to you that's been like, oh, this is maybe other than Rick, or has there been one guy or one
Well,
moment
Rick
where it's
Rick
like
passed
this?
Rick passed away, but
Oh, okay.
but it's a lot of the old carpet country guys. I mean, there's
Okay.
so many legends. I mean, there's so many guys just from Iowa that are just so happy for us, and
Sure.
I got to give a shout out to Brian Preston. He's the carpet country guy from Carlisle that every year when the last Iowa team would lose the major nationals, he would have a glass of champagne like the '72 Dolphins do. So of course at the bar that night we all had to shoot him a Snapchat and ask him how that champagne tastes today. So
I
so,
That
love it.
yeah. That was
yeah.
no, you guys had a hell of an after party at Pop Magoo's. I know you can drink all my Fireball. That's for sure. I
Yeah.
ordered new Fireball this week, so appreciate that for sure.
No, we
But
appreciate it.
no,
Yeah, it was fun.
no, it was a blast. And I was happy that I know we were on the losing end, but after everything, it was kind of us just being buds again, and the games were over, and we were able to have normal conversations without any arguments or any fights or any craziness, which I thought just showed enough respect for both teams that played in the championship games. So, and I love a lot of you guys from Iowa. There's no doubt. A lot of you guys I know more than others, but always have a blast. And Donnie and I will be back in Marshalltown come what they call it now, the Clincher Classic. It used to be
Yep.
the
Yep.
Pepsi Classic. Now it's the Clincher Classic. So we'll be back in Iowa, and there's no doubt about that. So, but
Yeah.
Levi, uh, Donnie, I don't know. Do you have any more questions? Anything
Yeah,
else about the
I've
weekend?
got one more for Levi for sure. You want me to do another one?
Yep.
Levi, it kind of seemed year over year for you. This year, you seem to kind of flip a switch hitting wise. And I think from what I've seen, I faced you last year, now to this year. What was the big switch hitting wise? Because you seem to hit a whole lot better this year, just from what I observe. And Drew, you could probably back me on that too. I mean, you just seem to be like a weapon, an automatic double. What is it? What has it been?
Well, I mean, a lot of automatic double, a lot of it just helps with those singles and taking the extra base. But I don't know. I just felt comfortable, and I like having a plan,
Kind of,
like knowing what to do.
I think he's breaking
And
up, man.
you're kind of cutting in and out, Levi. Really, really quick, Jim. Why don't you take them out and then
Yeah. Levi, I'm sorry, Levi. You're cutting in and out again, my man. You want to try to talk again?
all right,
All right. Yeah. So we'll take him out really quick.
because he's been unreal this year. By the
I
way,
wonder, Donnie. I feel like every time there's like bad weather, we have
it's
issues,
Iowa.
right? It is Iowa. Good point. They are out in the sticks. Did you
Drew,
go?
great
Did
shirt,
you
by
go?
the way.
Levi, I think Levi's thing too is like Levi got so much better as the year kept going too. Is like the beginning of
Yeah.
the year, was and it's hard. Just I don't care who you are when you're going to like play with new faces. It's always different,
Very
And
true.
his swings from the beginning of the year to the end of the year were by far different, just unbelievable to watch. So
Yep. Beast.
see if you're back, Levi.
can you hear me?
A little better. Yeah,
Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going.
A little better.
a little better.
All right. Anyway, pretty much. I don't know. My swing just felt has felt pretty good. I've stayed healthy. I felt strong, and I think a big part of swinging it is kind of having a plan when you get to bat and then committing to that plan, and that just gives me more confidence and more freedom to let it loose, whatever it is that I'm trying to do. So just kind of knowing what I need to do and what the guys want me to do, and kind of falling into that role. Um, it's helped me to define what I need to do. Because for example, when I west side, I kind of want a little more power. But when you're playing with Chucks and you've got Jake and Big Cat in front of you, you really don't need another home run hitter. So then it really just comes down to figuring out what I want to do, what is going to be best for the following guys that are behind me, and then that just frees me up and it makes me feel more confident.
Yeah, I pretty much heard everything you had to say. I mean, I know you're breaking up a little bit, but to your point, you're kind of not swinging for home runs as much as what you were before. And from my understanding, I know you guys got a ton of power on the Trucks team already, especially playing in that park in Marshalltown. A lot of those guys are going over the fence. But I do want to mention you hit a ball, I believe, at the Forest Park tournament, which was probably one of the farthest balls I've seen in a while. I think it one hopped the fence on Diamond from
It was the
Diamond
Hex
2 to
game.
yeah, he one hopped the fence is what I was told, right?
It went
So
a long way.
yeah. So so obviously the power is there. I know you hit one, you split the gap in the championship of the first game, I believe, that gave you guys both your runs. And then in the second game, you ended up hitting the gap again for a double, which was probably the biggest hit of that game, giving you guys second and third with no outs, down only one. So, once again, like I said, congrats on the weekend for both you guys. Obviously, like I said, I was on the other side of things, but at the same time, it was fun to compete, and it was fun to just be out there and battling against you guys. And I think it's always a good time. And once again, congratulations to both of you. But Donnie, do you have any more questions before I get to my final? Because it's always a
No.
question to
Yeah,
ask.
take it away.
And I want to ask Drew again, because, now that the year is kind of went through, right? You have a different opinion on what we need to do differently in softball to make the game better? Or are you sticking down kind of to your guns of what your answer was before?
Yeah, I mean, kind of sticking to it right now. It feels good right now to
Okay.
end up on
The game's
top.
in a
You know what I
great
mean? Like,
Drew, the game's in a
like
great spot right now. Nothing can't change anything.
Yeah.
and the thing that I am looking forward to, Jimmy, is the tournament that we've been talking about. And I think that will put a little change into some people's minds too.
Yep.
Right in the middle of the season too, where it should be. So.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I know you're speaking to the tournament that Donnie, myself, there's 5 of us that are going to help run that tournament. We're actually going to meet this Sunday night. I believe we haven't, well, kind of picked the location. 2 of the guys got back to me, said that's a good location. Of course, cousin Donnie didn't. Go figure. And I believe Joel.
I left him on red, Drew.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, did you? Yeah. I think
So,
going back on it, I think there should be. I mean, besides Forest Park, I guess I don't know how they would do this, but like seeding tournaments are always, I feel like, better for teams. You know what I mean? Like it's
yeah.
tough for like a Rismondo and a Signature to play the first night, and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
one of those teams just go through and are going to beat some teams that want to be there. But unfortunately you got a team like that there.
Right.
But I don't know. I think nationals, like, because I believe back in the day, they used to do like where Iowa was seeded from their top 4 or 5 state finishers, from where I don't even know what they would do now with SSA, with say it's the North South or Midsummer, whatever it is, that tournament seeds you for the Glove Nationals. You know what I mean? Type deal, just so it's a better, at the start, and then I think it'd be, I don't know, in my opinion, better. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. So, no, I mean, maybe they could use our tournament, Donnie. They won't do
Yeah.
that. But in general, no, I agree with you. I think the seating will be cool. Maybe they do it like Forest Park, where it's the previous top four teams from last year. Get a seed. They can do it that way. There's a million ways they can do it. But once again, the tournament I thought was a huge success in regards to that complex. I really like that complex. I think it's a really cool complex. Yeah, I know it's only 7 minutes from here, but yeah, I get it. But the actual complex itself, it just plays nice. There's 6 fields, even though we don't use all 6. We used more than we ever have this weekend, I noticed. Or
Except for
maybe,
Friday night.
yeah.
True.
Friday
Well,
night's awful.
yeah. So I think, I mean, the home run derby field was cool. I mean, a lot of those fields were nice. So, yeah, no, I'm looking forward to next year and seeing what that comes out. I know they're talking about going to Iowa eventually again for a major national. So who knows if that's going to be next year or the year after. But Levi, I want to get to you. I know you're kind of new to the game, but the question I ask every guest on the show before I hand it over to you guys is, what would you do differently to change the game to make it better? We'll see if we can hear him.
Okay, yeah, you're asking me.
No, we can't really hear you.
No, we can't hear you, my man. I apologize.
So,
So I'm gonna take you off and come back on and see if that works for the last thing. He's not disappointed. So Donnie,
I'm listening.
before Levi gets back on, I'm gonna ask Drew if he has any questions for Donnie and I. I know that you talked to Donnie and I, but is there any questions that you want to have or ask, maybe about a tournament or about anything in general that comes to mind?
No, I'll just go back to that home run derby. I mean, the videos, people, I see some of the people commenting, and it's like, it's so funny, but they have no idea in person how fast and how far those balls are
Yep.
going. Like, they disappeared so quick. And don't get me wrong, I was feeling pretty good. Like, there was a couple of my guys on the team. I said, "How'd you do in the home run derby?" And they're like, "You pitched." I'm like, "Oh, okay." so, so it was a blast. That was such a good time. So
was cool.
I
I like
I
the
agree.
comments that are like, "Oh, these guys use shaved bats and loaded balls." Where it's like, try to go catch it, get behind there,
Yeah,
and try
yeah.
to
Good
make a
luck.
play at third base
Good luck. Good
because
luck.
you'll
Yeah,
be dead.
yeah.
And they were telling me, Drew, you might know this. Beza, who was pitching at the end, was like, in our games we use balls that are even harder than this.
Right.
So
Yeah,
to, and then
yeah,
imagine how fast those balls are coming off the bats, which is
yeah. It's crazy.
insane. Insane.
Yeah.
So, Levi, let's try you again, my man. Do you have any
All right.
questions for Cousin and I?
What was that question you had?
Oh, he's guys back. Perfect.
Oh, it sounds
So,
good. Sounds good.
yeah, it sounds
We just
really good.
anticipated the worst there.
Right.
Yeah.
So the question that I have for every guest is, what would you change in softball today to make it better?
What would I
To make the
change?
game better.
I mean, not a whole lot. I think it's more about just the tournaments that are hosted. Forest Park's awesome. Joliet's awesome. They got a good amount of fields to get teams going through, and it's they got a nice bar, sit, relax, watch TV, entertain your kids. I think that's a huge part of it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you got to get guys to commit. How are you going to get them to commit if they can't? If their kids and their wives are unhappy, you got to
Right.
keep
The
them happy. But
park
other
comes
than
in huge.
that, what's that?
Said the park comes in huge for sure for the kids, the
Yeah.
playground.
No, so I think just the atmosphere is huge. Forest Park is awesome. Joliet's awesome. I don't know. Maybe throw a tournament in Coralville, Iowa City, or Davenport, somewhere in between. That way we
Yeah.
can get a couple more Chicago teams playing Iowa teams. But other than that, I mean, you guys probably have a lot better ideas than I do.
Yeah, we
No,
tend to have some ideas, Donnie and I.
Yeah, no such thing as a bad idea, though.
No such
No
thing.
such thing.
So we ask every guest to have one question for us, Levi. I know Drew's been on before, and he's asked us a million questions, and he's been on from bars and so on. And so he's been a veteran. So what is one question that you have for Donnie and I?
I mean, where do these questions go? What are some previous questions?
It could be anything that comes to your mind about Donnie or I don't know.
Last week, someone asked us what we eat on the way to the games. We've had like all kinds of stuff. Doesn't have to even be softball related.
No.
Okay. What do you think about Donnie? What do you think about the chicken parm at Papa Magoo's?
The cousin Al Rice doesn't cook a bad thing at Papa Magoo's. Whatever he puts his hands on is gold back there. I've never eaten chicken parm at Papa Magoo's, I will say. So that'll have to be on the menu for me.
Damn.
Yeah, that's me being honest. What did you think of the chicken parm at Papa Magoo's?
Thought it was good. It went down.
There you go.
The fireball was damn good, though, wasn't it, Levi?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The fireball. Gotta love the fireball, baby. We must have went through 3 bottles of Magoo shots too, at least.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah, those are good too.
absolutely.
A couple more of those.
Yeah.
Should have took one to go home.
Yeah, those were pretty good. So, but guys, I appreciate you guys joining us tonight. Donnie, you don't have any other questions?
No, all good. Thank you guys for being a part of the show as always. Drew, you're a reoccurring guest. We always appreciate your insight and everything. Levi, don't look forward to facing you in the future, as you seem to have it figured out now. There was an interesting moment in our game. I threw a pitch like 5'2" to Levi, and the ump called it illegal, as he should have. And I said out loud, "Levi's 6'3", and Levi looked at me and said, "Throw that one again." I think it was a little bit higher, and he roped it into the outfield. So that was a pretty fun moment for us there. He looked me dead in the eyes and said, "Throw that one again," and I did.
I like the flap.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome.
Now you'll never get another one of those. But yeah, thank you guys very much for being a part of it as always. Drew, you're the man, and Levi, it's nice getting to know you the more that we get the chance to. So, congrats again.
Thank you.
Congrats, boys. Appreciate it. And thank you for joining our show, man. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
So, both of the MVPs from Chucks, they both seem like they're a little still in not necessarily shock, but still on top of the mountain, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, they're in the cloud. They're cloud nine. I would be too. I mean, 30 years since the team from Iowa has won major nationals, and that's the team to do it. A very, very good softball team pulled it off.
Yep. So I
Red
want to talk.
Broccoli is in the comments tearing it up again. Red Broccoli, our guy.
Yeah.
So Greg Mara says, you guys are awesome. Great show. Mark Manizzi was talking about how hard some of the balls Rosmondo was hitting, even in a 16-inch game, that they were smoking balls around the infield. Congrats to the women's 16-inch national championship. The Hangovers pulled it off. So congrats to them. And the MVP was Christine Baldwin. And they are back-to-back champs of the women's national championship. And that was going on at the same time as our games were.
Yes. So we are going to have to somehow get in contact with Christine Baldwin. We owe her to be a guest on our show.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I do not have her contact information. Neither do you, I'm assuming.
No.
So
I don't know.
We will track that down, and we will get Christine on the show. She's earned the show. And it's funny, Donnie, because, you know, I just thought it was pretty clever. We had some guys come up to me and say, who's going to be the MVP to join the Uncle Jimmy Cousin Donnie shows? It's almost like people expect it, right? And that is something that I think is really cool. It's kind of like our little thing that we always have the MVPs of the tournaments on the show. And we talk about getting to know the players of their game. And I think promoting the players of our game makes our game a lot more interesting too, because there's a lot of cool characters in the game of 16 and softball. And I think
for sure, I agree with you.
It and promote it and do the things that we're doing, I think it's only going to grow even more. So
yeah, I agree. Those guys are great. Levi, I know, they say he's a little quieter. He was great on the show. He talked, plenty, even though his connection wasn't wonderful. He'll get it fixed for the next time he's on the show. I'm sure he's got plenty of MVPs coming up in his career. Drew's always the best, man. I love Drew Laidig. He's a competitor. He's a great softball player, and he's a good person. So I'm a huge fan of the two guys we had on our show tonight. And congrats to the Hangovers on the women's side. But that is it, Jimbo, for this softball season. And now we'll move into the fall stuff and everyone's favorite segment, Rumor Mill.
is back. So Donnie, I know you and I are going to be getting out doing our hot dog reviews. That we have that schedule. So we're going to try to do one. We're going to try to work with, your schedule is busy. So I don't want to, and you got a busy schedule. So we're going to work around your schedule to see if we can make it happen. But now that we're into the winter season, as we call it, right? It's fall ball season.
Yep.
We're back with Rumor Mill. And I think Rumor Mill is probably going to be hotter than ever for the first month.
3-4 weeks? Yeah.
At least. So, Donnie, do you want to start with the first rumor that you've heard in the 16-inch game?
Honestly, I haven't heard anything concrete, official. We don't want to put anyone in a bad spot, but I know I know that the Flash team might see some change after this season. So guys like maybe Danny Dispenza and Justin moving away from the major ball scene, just with the commitment that they've had over the last few years, just maybe hanging it up from Flash. And I know that Mike Manzella may be on the same page as that as well. So some turnover on the Flash side of things.
Yeah, I know Kearns has since said he's done. He's not going to play.
He retired.
Yeah, he retired. So since you brought up Flash, I know they had a signing yesterday. Tommy Coates signed with the Flash team.
Oh, did he?
He will be a part of the Flashback next year.
Wow, that's big for them.
Yeah, that's big for them.
Okay.
So
does that bring both Coates brothers? I
did not hear Pat. I definitely heard Tommy. I'm assuming Pat would go with him. They are brothers. But I do know that Tommy Coates, I've heard from multiple people that he has committed to the Flash. So,
Oh, wow. That's big then. That's big.
Yes, it's big, but that does hurt the Papa Hops team for Savage.
It definitely hurts Savage in general if that team was going to try and go play major. Those are two really important members of that team.
Yep. Yeah. So,
Wow.
so that's one rumor that I've heard. And as we talk about all this, it's rumor mill, right? So this is what we're hearing out there. We've also heard Impact is making some moves.
Okay.
So I heard a couple guys from the March team is going to play for Impact, possibly. I've heard maybe Nick. I've heard the big guy from March. I can't think of his last name. The big lefty.
Burt? Nick Burt?
Yeah.
Nick Burt headed to Impact?
That's what I hear. That was a rumor.
Okay.
I also heard the shortstop from the Fat Kids going to Signature. I've heard that rumor.
Big. That's
Yeah.
good rumor. Macho? That would be nice. He's a good player, man.
Yeah.
He's only getting better.
Yeah.
I unfortunately can't confirm that one. We haven't really had much conversation, honestly, since Sunday. That's just honest, regarding anybody new. But Macho would be great add to any team. He's a stud. But that's interesting that you heard that. We got Jimmy Moretti pitching for future, Joe Nixon said in the comments.
Yeah. For future. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. You never know. It's rumor mill, right, Donnie?
Yeah, anything could be true.
Anything could be true. Julian Gutierrez, as you know, has stepped away from Flash. So that is a confirmed. PJ Rain's back to Flash. So those are some things I've heard. I've talked to several other guys in the softball world that is still looking for options. I've heard Morris Greco's name on multiple teams, from March.
He's a stud.
I also know that he probably will not leave the March squad. I would, Drew Laidig to Team Jagoff, absolutely, for Iowa.
How about Stick Talk versus BMI Wednesday night opening match? That's Genera Park Wednesday fall ball.
Is that Fat Jason?
That is Fat Jason.
Yeah.
Or Teddy pitching.
So Brock Lee's got a great point.
That is funny. Drew Laidig, what if he left Chucks and played with Team Jagoff?
I don't know if Chucks is going to get in the Clincher Classic.
Oh, really? Why wouldn't they?
That's what I was told. I was told possibly they won't be getting in. So.
Well, we'll take some of those guys. Those guys can play.
Yep, absolutely. So, any other rumors? I also heard Eric Mandarino to 30-38s.
Okay, he's quit softball 5 times in 2 years, so I'm sure that'll go well.
Yeah.
He wasn't there Saturday for Moneyline when we played, because he quit earlier in the week after an argument at a park league, which is very Eric Mandarino, but I love that guy. I think he's unreal. But yeah, that'll be a nice pickup for 38s.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of other things. I heard that Hex is looking for some players. They're looking for 2 or 3 players to add to their team. So he said, "Where's the Rick's hat?" It was up there, but I think I moved it up to my bedroom. It was directly behind me on the shelf. Sorry there, Nate. But yeah, I heard Hex is looking for 2 or 3 players to add to their team. With Sloan having another kid and things like that. So they're looking to add a pitcher, I believe another hitter, and an outfielder. So there's an opportunity there for some guys that are out there. I also heard that Signature's looking to add another infielder and possibly another outfielder to their mix. I'm assuming Chad Hook goes back to Iowa is my guess. I can't see him driving out for league games.
Sure, that'll be the big question. Will he stick around for the league games? Because definitely he's all in for the tournaments. I'd be hearing Donnie putting that 40 pounds back on. That is funny as hell. Actually, you know what? Mandarino to 38 is pretty solid if they pick him up because I know they have Allen, who's a good pitcher, but to kind of mix
Right.
things up and to add a veteran presence to that team, that's a nice pickup for 38s. And I know he likes a lot of those guys. And if Julian Russell sticks around for that team, we'll see where he ends up because I know he played with Flash during major nationals. Does he end up on Flash's roster? Where does he go? Mark Manizzi said we need a new second baseman.
For the signature team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Very, very, very interesting. It's going to be an interesting next 3 weeks. And so
we need a new second base.
we're going to have
Buddy.
to be doing shows, Donnie, the next 3 weeks for Rumor Mill.
Specifically,
and people, yeah. So does Fat Jason get back into the game this year?
He's been occupied. He's been occupied. Oh, it looks like Julian is a 38. Oh, I was thinking of, but Julian's a 38 for life, I think. He's going to be tough to pull from that team. However, I'm just saying, he did play with Flash for major nationals, and he was wearing a bucket hat. So there's a lot going on with Julian.
Yeah, I've heard so many rumors over the last couple days. I know I've said a ton of them tonight, right?
You did say a good amount, yes.
A ton of them. Now, there's some of the A teams, like the Menaces and the Futures of the world and the Traffics of the world. I heard a good rumor. I heard that Will Russ is going to be leaving the Flash team to actually play next season and play full
right?
time. Yes. So that's another rumor I heard. I have not confirmed that with Will, but I'm sure once Will sees this show, he'll be texting or calling, or I'll be talking to him Wednesday night at Genera, and we'll have a good talk about what he's going to be doing next season. And he's probably
the traffic.
He's going to ask me the same question. So,
what is it?
What I will be doing next year.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, he's big in the rumor mill too.
Yeah, he is huge. So the good thing is nobody knows. It's early on. I know. I talked to Iggy. He's getting married the first week in November.
Yep.
So he said he's going to take some time off and not really discuss softball for the next 2 months. Okay. So I've also heard those comments from a lot of people. Spoke to Anthony Stacy. I've even spoke to Spencer Mahoney,
Oh boy.
Yeah. So, I mean, Spencer is more about just the game and stuff like that, but just curious to see about who's out there, what's out there, and what guys are kind of looking, right? I've heard Wes Shannon to the 45s. I've heard Little B possibly back in the mix. I've been hearing that for a month or two. So I have not heard that on my team. I talked to Nate. I have not heard that at all. But who knows? So there's a lot of options. There's a lot of things out there. I think the people are going to take a nice breather over the next couple weeks. But we already had some commitments, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah, the Coates to the Flash is a big one.
Yeah. Yep. And that kid's going to be probably, if not, I would say a top 3 center fielder in softball next year defensively. He might even be the best. I've played with him in the park leagues, and defensively, he is a stud. He tracks it. He's quick. He's fast. He's big. He's got a good arm. He will definitely be very good. So
there you go.
And so I know we have a bunch of people commenting out there. Timmy Kornikowski still commenting. But outside of that,
Timmy Kornikowski. Well, you think Timmy Kornikowski is red broccoli? Has to be, right?
Anything else that you would like to
No, sir. All good from my end here.
All good from my end. And
listen, when we know it'll be on Rumor Mill, because this is a hot topic of our show. Once we know stuff, this is where it goes. But it has to be official. I don't like saying stuff that's blatantly wrong. I think that gets people into trouble. But hey, once I know it's official, it's going to be on.
Once again, Donnie, we're not saying that this is coming out of the horse's mouth, right? We're not saying that people are going to do what we're going to say. This is just what I'm hearing, and I
Sure.
talk to a lot of people in softball as well as you.
Yeah.
The Chris Harrison on the move, Peckus.
Is Chris Harrison on the move?
So Chris Harrison, I have not heard his name, but I know he's on the 40 Deuce.
Yep.
So there's some teams looking for backup pitchers and some lower level, maybe high A teams looking for starting pitchers. So Chris Harrison might land in a spot, Donnie.
Chris Harrison's a big free agent. He's doing it. He's going in the co-ed game. We'll see what happens with Mr. Chris Harris.
Yeah.
Drew said, "How did I not see that was Timmy?" 100%.
So, but either way, the Berwyn Fall League starts next Wednesday, which is a very good competitive fall league. We always have a lot of fun out there. Is there any tournaments other than the Wisconsin Dells tournament that is September 21st?
Yes.
I owe a call to Staples, our guy Staples. Let me pull that up.
We have the first responder tournament on September 20th, and then the Chris Ace Rogers tournament in Washington Park. I believe that's the 13th.
Okay.
I want to say September 13th is the Ace Rogers tournament.
So the tournament in the Dells is the 19th and 20th. So it's the same weekend as the first responders tournament now.
Okay.
So maybe one of those tournaments will switch to weekends so they can get both teams, both tournaments can get more teams. I believe Clem is going to be doing double or round robin play and then single elimination. So as he always does, which is, he runs when he gets the teams, it's always a fun time up in the Dells, as you know.
Yeah, it is a really good time. That's a fun tournament.
So that being said, Team March come to Vegas October 18th. Yeah, I mean, they're talking about not the March team from this year. They're talking about the other Team March. So the one that goes to Arizona.
Oh,
and
sure.
Then the one that goes basically loaded. So that's what they're. Yeah. So either way, Donnie, once again, I appreciate you always on the show.
Thanks, man.
I know
These
you're laughing
are funny.
at Timmy. I know.
I am laughing at Timmy.
Stop laughing at Timmy.
Because what the hell is he doing?
Who knows?
Well, that's it for me, Jim. Thanks a lot, man. It's always a pleasure being on the show. And go ahead.
No, all I was going to say is, once again, I just want to thank our sponsors, which I do have to reach out to, Donnie, because they do owe us for this year. So maybe I'll have you on show duty.
You want me to do, what do you mean?
Show duty. So you could call the sponsors and collect our sponsorship money for this upcoming 25 and 26 year.
You're kind of the muscle behind this operation, Jim. I just kind of show up and laugh at some comments. That's all I do.
You show up and do nothing, right? That's how it works.
Perfect.
But all right, guys, we appreciate you guys joining the show tonight. The rumor mill will be back next week, and then also, Donnie, when we start having our guests, we also are going to bring rapid fire back, which is also a very popular segment of the show. So, guys, thank you for joining the Uncle Jimmy Cousin Donnie show, sponsored by the Beacon Tap Signature.